Hi, we're Boozy Bakers. I'm Michelle, this is my mum Karen.
Hi.
And we are bringing you the 12 Days of Christmas countdown with lovely festive treats and bakes, all in the lead up to Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what are we making today?
Blinis.
Blinis! So we're doing smoked salmon blinis, but with various toppings. I think we're going to get a bit competitive on this.
Maybe.
Who could make the prettiest ones. But essentially they're like a little pancake, a little bit more technical than your average pancake, but not too much. And the great thing about them is how versatile they are. They are your canvas for whatever you want to put on top, really. So we'll give you lots of ideas. But let's get started. So you're going to need a frying pan over a hob, and you're going to need an electric whisk for this one, for your egg whites. Now, if I go through, we'll start off with a bowl with 100 grams of plain flour.
You can do this with buckwheat flour.
You can. If you search for a lot of blini recipes online, a lot of them will say buckwheat and yeast.
That's the traditional Russian
It is.
ones. Yeah.
But we're cheating.
Yeah.
Because
they take ages.
they take a bit longer. I'm just going to season my flour with a bit of pepper and some salt. Yeah, we're doing the cheap version, just because we want you to have quick canapes. The good thing about this, I was going to say, they're nice and quick, so you can get on with, enjoying your Christmas or, time with family. But actually you can freeze these as well.
Yes, you can.
And they will last a couple of days stored when you have cooked them.
Yes.
So they're pretty good.
Yeah.
So that is just flour with a bit of seasoning in. Now, Mum, your favourite activity is the egg yolk. Now, we need to separate the egg. Do you want me to do it, or are you having a go at this?
No.
So we're going to put the egg yolk into the flour mix, and then we're going to put the egg white into my metal bowl, and we're going to whisk that up.
Yes.
Yeah?
Got it. Right. Always better to crack the egg on something hard rather than plastic. She sounds like an expert, but in a previous workshop, this went terribly wrong.
It did go wrong.
So the white's going in this one.
The white's going in there, yeah. So Mum's just juggling it to keep the egg yolk out. Pretty good.
This is quite a big egg.
It is a big egg, yeah. Just a medium egg's fine. This one's a bit bigger, but we can add a bit of flour if we needed to.
There we go.
There we go, lovely. So you want to add the egg yolk to your flour, and then you also want to add half of your milk. Now in here we've got 150 millilitres of milk, so I'm going to add about 75.
Does it matter what kind of milk?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Where have we got to? Do a bit more. So it's about half.
I haven't got my glasses on.
There we go, that'll do. And we're going to give that a stir. There we go. So we're doing smoked salmon blinis, but you could use
Caviar.
yes, you could do caviar, but mackerel.
Yes.
You could do veggie ones.
You could. Yeah, cheese. You could even put just a pop-up
Prawns.
slice of prawns, yes, or a slice of egg. You could make them look quite different, really, couldn't you?
Yeah.
You could have a plate of all kinds of lovely looking canapes.
I think what's quite nice is to play with textures as well, isn't it?
Yes, colour and textures.
Right. So I've got quite a thick, not quite a dough, but a bit thicker than a batter. Maybe paste is the way to describe it. But I've certainly, any lumps of flour I've been able to get rid of. But you can see that's really gloopy. So now we've got that egg yolk and the milk in, we're going to add the rest of the milk. I've left the melted butter being melted.
Oh, do you want me to go and get
Would you mind? Right, we've got our melted butter, so I'm going to put that in with the milk there. There we go. Oh. And I'm going to whisk that together, or say whisk it, mix it. So you've got a much thinner batter that you're creating
Quite
then.
rich actually with the butter in it, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that's what makes it a bit different and a bit more luxurious from a drop scone or a pancake, is that you're adding a little bit more to it, a bit more seasoned, a bit richer with the butter. So I'm just going to whisk that until or stir it. I suppose I'm saying whisk because I'm doing quite rapid movements.
Actually, you could whisk it if you had a whisk.
You could, but just to get rid of any lumps. So I want a smooth batter. There we go. So if I show you, it's now running off the spoon. There's still a thickness to it, but it is running off the spoon.
Not smoothing it though.
Well, no. It's about there.
Perfectionist, aren't I?
I know, there you go. Is that better?
That's better.
Okay. Right, so that is your 100 grams of plain flour, your seasoning, the egg yolk, 150 ml of milk, and 25 grams of melted butter. We've not forgotten that egg white. We're going to give that a whisk. Do you want to do the honours? We're going to whisk that up until you've got a white, stiff peaks in that, and then we're going to fold it in.
Okay, sorry about the noise.
Go for it.
Sorry.
Should go one more. Can we go one? That's it. There we go. So the egg whites in the bowl now, you'll be able to tip it upside down. They're stiff, they've got their shape. So that's what you're looking for. And then
You can do that with a hand whisk. It'll just take you a bit longer.
it would. I think it'd take you quite a while, wouldn't it?
Well, I used to do it by hand, and of course you can pick up these little mixtures for sort of a tenner in Asda, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not as fancy as this one, but they're fit for purpose.
So I'm just stopping so people can hear you.
Sorry.
We've got one microphone between us, so I'm just making sure when Mum's talking, you can definitely hear what she's saying, especially if I've got something clattering. There we go. So the egg white mix, I'm just going to fold it in carefully to try and keep some of the air in. So you've got nice light pancakes.
So folding is just lifting it up and just slicing through, rather than mixing.
Yeah, I always think of it like making a bed, like folding it over.
Yeah, sorry for those of you know.
We did this with, actually we have done ricotta pancakes.
Oh, sorry.
No, not necessarily, because we've got new people joining us all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did do this with ricotta pancakes. So if you want a sweet pancake recipe, then have a look at that.
Is that on YouTube?
It is, yeah.
Oh, right. If you go onto the YouTube.
This is going to be on YouTube.
Oh, right. We should go onto the other workshops on YouTube.
Absolutely.
And subscribe and have a look.
Right. I'm just trying to get the balance between wanting to make it a smooth mixture and not wanting to knock out all the air of the egg whites. So I think that's probably about right. Do you think so?
I think so.
So we've got a few lumps of egg white that you can see under the batter, but they're small. So I'm not going to keep going on that because I think we'll knock out all that air. So you're going to want to have a frying pan. You don't need one as big as this. This is kind of like the most almighty frying pan, but it is my best non-stick pan at the moment. And just put a bit of oil into your pan and put this onto a medium heat. There we go.
I always do a trial one.
Yeah, a trial one is a good idea, just so that, and I always think the kids always argue over who gets the first pancake.
Yes.
And I always think it's the silliest argument, because I'd always want the second, because your pan's kind of sorted itself out, you've got the right temperature, you've absorbed the excess oil. So the best pancake is the second.
Yeah, I always, when I'm making pancakes or anything like this, I do a little trial one. I know it's going to be probably no good at all, and I just make a tiny one, just to see if I've got the heat right.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Right, so let's have a go. So I'm going to put you don't want too much, because you want them kind of canapé size.
Yeah.
That's spread out quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Maybe we'll use a different spoon.
And that's not hot, you need a teaspoon.
Well, I'm going to go for that size, but not fill it too much. So I've gone for more of a dessert spoon.
Okay.
But as you said, let's just do one.
Yeah.
And then test this out.
You can usually hear a sizzle when it goes in.
You do.
It's just starting to sizzle now.
Yeah, you can see the bubbles on it, so we know it's cooking. But so it is a big pan over the hob, though, so it might need to be more centralised.
Yeah. And these little portable hobs are not as good as your ovens and.
No, if you're using a proper powerful hob, you wouldn't be waiting this long.
No, you wouldn't.
And then what will happen is we'll get it to the right temperature, and then it will go over hot, and then we'll be frantically trying to get them onto into the frying pan. So
it'll look like we've speeded it up, but we haven't.
No, we'll just be going at a crazy pace. Yes. So you want to give these a couple of minutes on each side. If you use a spatula and just go for the edge, if you go to the edge and it won't pick it up, it's not done yet. So mine's got a tiny little bit of batter on.
And it shrinks back. You can see them starting to shrink back.
I think the bubbles start to set as well, don't they?
Yes.
So there's a few indicators that it's done.
You'll get to know. Do your first trial one and you'll get to know.
So that's moving, but it's quite opaque. So we do need to make that last longer.
Yeah, a bit
pale. So I'm going to go for another one now, feeling a bit more confident. Rubbish with my
Yeah, that's.
Okay, we'll get better.
These are not canapé size.
Hang on, we'll get better.
These are boozy baker. Let's go.
I'm hungry.
Never ever cook when you're hungry. Yes, that's more a sort of canapé size.
Okay.
They're actually smaller than that. If you can buy these ready made, by the way.
Don't say that.
Sorry, but you can. They're rubbish. They're really horrible. But you can buy them ready made. Yeah, I thought I'd pretend I'd made them once for some dinner party, and they were really horrible. And then I thought, I wish now I hadn't said yes.
I wonder how long they've been in storage though. When they're made, they're going to have other things in to keep them fresh, aren't they?
Yeah. They just sort of tasted of nothing. It was like eating a piece of cardboard.
You've really sold those?
Not ours.
No.
Just say don't buy
you
the
can buy
ready-made
them.
ones. Yeah, but don't do it. Because these are really easy anyway, aren't they?
There we go. I'm getting a bit better now at not dripping the batter in.
Yeah. Well,
if you miss,
you've got so much underneath the spoon. That's better.
Right.
Now what we haven't got is something to put them on.
I'll get something.
That's still pale.
So that's too pale. So I'm going to discard that one.
We could have tried it for texture.
Or we could have done.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hot.
That's a surprise.
There, it's underdone.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to turn the temperature up a little bit. Well, that was the next one we did, wasn't it? So let's turn that. Got a little bit more of a golden bit. Yep. I do think, same with any pancake, you just give it a bit longer.
These are reminiscent, really, of drop scones, aren't they?
Yeah, well, particularly where we've cheated, so we've not got the same, we're not using the buckwheat or the yeast.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh, these are much better now. So it's the second pancakes trick.
It is.
Right.
You have to sacrifice the first one.
You do. Yeah. I think that might be done. You can see on the top as well that some of them look quite dry on top and others look a bit glossy. So what I would recommend is make them all up and then keep out what you want over the next day or two.
Yes.
And then if there's any extra, pop them in the freezer.
Yes.
And they'll be fine in there, and then you can just defrost them.
And warm them up.
Yeah.
Mm. They smell nice, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Wish this tasted better because I'm really hungry.
Well, we're going to decorate in a minute, and then so the things we've got to decorate. When I've cleared all this out of the way, we've got some cream cheese, smoked salmon, some lemon, some cucumber, some feta, some beetroot.
Yeah, and some of the ideas are things like hummus and tzatziki.
Yeah.
Things like that to put on them.
There we go. So I think that's what you should be looking for, just that little bit of gold. So I'm just going to lay them onto a little chopping board in front of me. It's chasing them around the frying pan then, isn't it? Trying to get them to...
New party game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like hook a duck, but with pancakes.
Pick up a blini.
Yeah.
If you can say it.
There we go. There's another one. And that last one. Does it want to? Excellent. I think what we'll do is we'll put this into fast forward and make some more up, and then we'll come back when we're ready to decorate. Get making your blinis, guys. Right, we're going to get a bit creative now. So we've got our blinis cooked. Really what you want is that nice golden look to them. Some of ours are a bit pale. I think that's because we're cooking off quite a low powered hob whilst we're sitting here. So do go for something a bit golden on at least one of the sides. So what should we do? How many are we going to do each?
Oh, I don't know.
Should we 6? Okay. Make it like a flower shape?
Are we going to do it like it's an individual little canopy?
Yeah, I think so. And then we can both decorate some. Right, so we've got some Philadelphia, we've got some smoked salmon, some tzatziki. We've just basically raided the fridge. Some lemon, some feta, some cucumber, some rocket, and some beetroot, and a few herbs. Yep. So I'm going to just get a little bit. Sorry, I'm going to have to get creative and just roll it up the side of it. There we go. And pop it on mine.
So you're doing a traditional
blini
with the smoked salmon.
Yeah, I think I am.
Yeah. I think I might do that for my first one.
But I do like to get a bit adventurous.
Oh, do you?
I do.
Okay.
So
I like spreading my cream cheese out to the edges a bit, so it looks like you've got a bit more.
Oh, you're going for a bit more cream cheese. I'm going to try and add a bit more on.
Okay. I'm going to do a roll of smoked salmon on the top of mine.
Whereas I'm going to get a ribbon of cucumber and add it to mine.
That's my first one.
Oh, very nice.
What's this? Tzatziki.
That's tzatziki.
I'm going to go with a bit of tzatziki.
So I've got a bit of cream cheese, cucumber, and smoked salmon on mine.
I'll get you.
And then for my next one, I'm going to go for the cream cheese. Actually, I might copy you a little bit.
Yes,
yeah, I know. And I might just put a bit more cream cheese over it. And then I'm thinking...
What you do have to remember in all of this is people have to pick them up.
Yes, yeah, you do want something that...
When you do it with the children, they overload them, and then you're like...
Trying to balance it all.
Very hard. Can I have the cucumber, please?
You can.
Thank you very much.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to have to pierce this. How do I get into this?
Well, a pair of scissors probably would have been a good idea, but As we haven't got a pair of scissors in front of
Oh,
us.
goodness.
And I've just got the tzatziki, and then I've just chopped up just a little bit of cucumber on the top.
Oh, so you're doing tzatziki
So
with just a bit of fresh cucumber.
Yeah, just to... What else have we got?
Oh,
You're struggling there, aren't you?
I'm making a bit of a mess of the beetroot, but I didn't want to make it... I'm making such a mess, just trying to free a little bit of beetroot. There we go. I'm going to put it over here because I know how much this gets messy. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of beetroot down.
That'll give some good colour, won't it?
It will. And then I think I'm going to go for smoked salmon again. So you said you could do all sorts with this and put other types of fish.
Smoked mackerel or smoked trout.
I do think fish does suit this a bit more than meats.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to stick a big piece of meat. You want something quite delicate.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's not as pretty as I'd hoped,
No.
but I think, I get a point for effort.
Do you?
Wow. We could be generous to me, couldn't we?
We could.
Not bad. I think if I show the camera, oh, there we go. There's the canapes.
Well, after a couple of glasses of champagne, you'll be well chuffed, wouldn't you? There.
Very nice. You've already got, what's that on that one?
I went a bit light because I thought...
A bit light.
Well, I thought Max might.
Oh,
like
you're
that
putting it for
one.
Max, I see.
Yeah, see, Max
So-
doesn't like cream cheese.
no, he doesn't.
So I did that one for
So
Max.
there's Mum's. There we go.
So
right,
anyway, if you're
we're gonna-
using beetroot, be careful. Because when you do have to try it then.
We're going to taste test.
Mm.
They're nice.
They are very nice.
So yeah, well we're going to just, are we going to actually give them to the kids, or are we just going to eat these?
Oh, we could.
We've got loads more.
You know what? We could make it like a Christmas activity.
Yeah, just leave the leftovers
decorate
out.
their own.
They can do their own. We'll eat these,
Yeah.
and we'll leave you to your Bellinis. Not Bellinis, that's the drink, isn't it? Blinis.
Yeah. You could have a Bellini with your Bellini.
That would be good. Then you don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
So I hope you've enjoyed this workshop. If you have, please do subscribe. There's loads more, and we've got loads more through Christmas. And we've also going to put a link to Buy Me a Coffee and our page on there. So if you would like to say thank you for the workshops that we're putting on, there isn't a need. We do really love what we're doing, but it is a way to support us, and it's just a virtual drink or donation to Boozy Bakers. We just hope you have a really good Christmas.
Yep. Can't say cheers because she didn't.
I haven't got a drink. I'm sorry, I failed on this one. Cheers.